Hello guys, in this video we'll learn about the Polish notations in the discrete mathematics. There are the three types of Polish notations, the infix, prefix and postfix. I am Professor H.D. Padia from HGMC Shegao. The way to write the arithmetic expression is known as a notation. An arithmetic expression can be written in the three different but the equivalent notations, that is without changing the essence or the output of an expression. These notations are the infix notation, the prefix notation also called as the Polish notations, and the third is postfix notation also called as reverse Polish notation. These notations are named as how they use the operator in the expression. In any one expression, we use the operator and the operands. Now we'll check the first, that is the infix notation. We write the expression in infix notation. For example, the a minus b plus c. In general mathematics, we have adopted this method to write down the expression, that is the infix notation. Now in this example, the operators are used in between the operands. If we discuss this example, that is a minus b plus c, now here the a, b and c, these three are operands, and minus for the subtraction and plus for the addition, these two are operators. Now if operators are fixed in between the operands, that's we call the infix. It is easy for us the humans to read, write and speak in the infix notation. That's why in our general life, in general mathematics, we are using the infix notation. But the same does not go well with the computing devices. It is very difficult for the computing devices. An algorithm to process the infix notation could be difficult and costly in terms of the time and space consumption. That's why to process the any expression at the computing devices, first we have to convert the given infix notation into its equivalent prefix or the postfix notation, so that it will easy to compute to the computing devices. Now suppose we have the a plus b, a and b, these two are operands and this plus is an operator. If operator is fixed in between the operands, that's we call the infix notation. This plus, it is fixed in between the two operands, that's what we call it is the infix notation. We have some examples, that is in bracket a plus b bracket complete multiplication c, the a slash b plus c slash d, then the bracket a plus b into in another bracket c plus d. The last example we have, that is in bracket, we have the bracket a plus b bracket multiplication c, and this bracket minus d. If we check all these examples, then in between two operands there is a one operator. The second is prefix notation. The meaning of pre, we know it is a before. In this notation, the operator is prefixed to operands. That is, the operator is written ahead of operands. That is, operator is written before the operands. For example, the plus ab. This is equivalent to its infix notation that we have seen in the previous, that is a plus b. The prefix notation is also known as the Polish notation. If we have the example, that is plus ab. Now here the a and b, these two are operands, and plus for the addition is an operator. If operator is written before the operands, that is if the operator is at a pre-location of the operands, then we call it is the prefix notation. For that we have the examples, that is plus ab the multiplication plus ABC, the multiplication A plus BC plus slash for the division AB slash CD. Next is multiplication plus AB plus CD, and last is the minus multiplication plus ABCD. If we check in all these examples, the operator is before the operands. That's why we call it is a prefix notation. The third style to write down the expression, that is a postfix notation. Now the meaning of post, that we know, that is the after. This notation style is known as the reverse Polish notation because it is exactly reverse to the prefix, and the prefix it is also called as the Polish notation. That's why the postfix, that's also known as the reverse Polish notation. In this notation style, the operator is postfixed to the operands. That is, the operator is written after the operands. For example, the A plus AB plus. This is equivalent to the infix notation A plus B. If we have this example A, B plus, then here the A and B, these two are operands, and plus is for addition, it is an operator. If operator is written before the operands, that's we call the postfix notation. We have some examples, that is AB plus, the AB plus C multiplication, ABC plus multiplication, AB slash CD slash plus AB plus CD plus multiplication, and last is the AB plus C multiplication D minus. Now if we check all these examples, then the operator is written after the operands. That's we call the postfix notation. I repeat, we have the three types of notations. These are only the different styles to write down the expressions. First is infix, second is prefix, and third is postfix. Now if we are combine all these examples on a single screen in a single table, the first is a column for the infix notation, second is for the prefix or the Polish notation, and third is a column for the postfix or the reverse Polish notation. We'll check the one or two. The A plus B plus, it is in between the operands, that's why we call the infix, plus AB, the operator is before the operands, that's why we call the prefix, and AB plus, that is operator is after the operands, that's why we call it is the postfix. Now you can check for all the remaining examples by pausing the video. We'll continue for the next. The next is for the conversion of the infix to the prefix and the postfix notation. But before starting this algorithm, we have to understand the parsing expression. The parsing means the conversion of the any simple expression into the perfect expression, that is the as per rules. As we have discussed, it is not a very efficient way to design an algorithm or program to parse the infix notations. Instead, these infix notations are first converted either the postfix or the prefix notations and then computed. To parse any arithmetic expression, we need to take care of the operator precedence and the associativity also. The precedence and associativity determines the order of evaluation of an expression. Following is an operator precedence and associativity table. Just like in a mathematics, we have the BODMAS rule. In any mathematical expression, first always we have to solve the bracket, then division, multiplication, addition, and the subtraction. Same in the discrete mathematics also. If we have to convert any infix expression into the prefix or the postfix expression, then we ought to take care about its precedence and also the associativity. It is a table for the precedence and associativity. The first, the equal operation and the exponential. These two are having the same precedence but highest precedence, and its associativity is right to left. The second, it is a group of multiplication and division operation having the second highest precedence, that is priority, and associativity is left to right. Third is a group of addition and subtraction operations having the lowest precedence among this, and the associativity is left to right. The operator precedence determine which operator is performed first in an expression with one or more than one operators with the different precedence. We'll discuss one example here. We have the one example, that is 10 plus 20 into 30. Now in this expression, two different operators are available. Without considering the precedence, there may be the two different results. There are the two possibilities. The first is, first we can solve the 10 plus 20, that is equals to 30, and then 30 into 30, it will equals to 900. Or first we can solve the multiplication of the 20 into 30, that is equals to 600, and then 10 plus this 600, it will the 610. You can check if we are not having the precedence, or if there is no any bracket, then there are the two possibilities. Then there is a question that either we go with this style and the result will the 900, or the result is the 610. To clear this, we use the precedence. But as the multiplication operation has the precedence over the addition, we know as per the Bodmer's rule, or in the previous table also we have seen the group of the division and multiplication having the second highest priority. As the highest precedence over the addition, that's why first always we have to solve the B into C will be evaluated first, that is 20 into 30. A table of operator precedence is provided later. We already discussed. Therefore, for above it must be. What it must be? Then 10 plus 20 into 30. Then always we have to solve the 20 into 30 first, because multiplication operation has a higher precedence as compared to the addition. That's why it will be 600 and plus 10, that is 610. This is the multiplication, and then we have to perform the addition. The second is associativity. Associativity describes the rule where operators with the same precedence appear in an expression. In the example that we have discussed previous, in this example there was one addition and one multiplication, two operators with the different precedence. But if we have any one expression and in that the more than one operators are available and all these operators are belong to the same group having the same precedence, then the associativity can be either the left to right or the right to left associative. For example, if we have the expression 10 plus 20 minus 30, now we can check the addition and subtraction, these two operations are having the same precedence. Both the plus and minus have the same precedence. Then which part of the expression will be evaluated first is determined by the associativity of those operators. Here both the plus and minus are left associative. So the expression will be evaluated as, that is we have to perform from the left side, that is 10 plus 20 first and then 30 minus 30, that is 10 plus 20, it will the 30, and then we have to perform the subtraction, that is 30 minus 30, your final result will equals to 0. Now we'll discuss example for left associative. We have the expression 10 into 40 divided by 20. Now in this expression, both the multiplication and division have the same precedence. Without considering the associativity, there may be the two different results as. Actually the result is same, but which way we have to solve it? Either we have to solve the first 10 into 40, then divided by 20, that is 10 into 40, it will be 400, and 400 divided by 20, it is equals to 20. Or we have to solve the first division, that is 40 divided by 20, and then this 10 into 2, that is equals to 20. Result is same, but in which way we have to solve? We have to solve from the left to right or the right to left. That's what we call the associativity. Which part of the expression will be evaluated first is determined by the associativity of those operators. Here both the multiplication and division are the left associative. So the expression will be evaluated as, first we have to perform the 10 into 40 and then result divided by 20. If we have the any right associative expression, that is the 10 raised to power 2 raised to power 2. Now in this the both operators are same, that is the raised to power, hence have the same precedence. Without considering the associativity, there may be the two different results as. Again the actually result will same, but how we have to solve? We have to solve the 10 raised to power 2 first, and then its result, that is 100 raised to power 2, that will be 10,000. Or we have to solve first the 2 raised to power 2 and then the 10 raised to power 4, that is it will also equals to the 10,000. In both the left to right or right to left, the result is same, but we have to take care about the associativity. For the multiplication, addition, subtraction and division, we have to solve left to right, and for the equal operation and exponential, we have to solve the right to left. Therefore, the which part of the expression will be evaluated first is determined by the associativity of those operators. Here, the exponential is a right associative, so the expression will be evaluated as, first we have to perform the 2 raised to power 2 and then we have to perform 10 raised to power 4, because it is a right associative, that is right to left. About the associativity, we have to note down some things, that associativity is only used when there are two or more operators of the same precedence. The second, all the operators with the same precedence have the same associativity. The precedence and the associativity of the postfix and the prefix are different, and the comma has the least precedence among all the operators and should be used carefully. Now we'll move to the next topic, that is the postfix evaluation algorithm, that is an algorithm to perform the conversion of the infix notation to the postfix notation. To perform this, the first step is the scan the given expression from left to right. If it is an operand, then push it to the stack. But what is the stack? Then in this conversion we have to perform one table or the three different columns. The first for the character scan, second is for the stack, that is the content on the stack, and third column is for the final result expression, that is the reverse Polish expression, because we have to convert the infix to postfix. Now if it is an operand, then push it to the stack. If it is an operand, then we have to write down it on a stack. The second step is, if it is an operator, that is the plus, minus, division, or if it is any symbol, that is operator, then pull the previous scan operands from the stack to the expression. That means if we have scanned any one operator, and before that if we have scanned any one operands which is available on the stack, then we have to pull this operand from stack to this expression. Third is that if it is a close parenthesis, then pull all the previous scan operators and operands from the stack before its particular open parenthesis to the expression. Means if we have any close parenthesis, we have scan any close parenthesis, then we have to pull all the contents from the stack to the Polish expression, but only after its open parenthesis. The step 4 is the scan the expression until all the operands are consumed. Now by using this algorithm, we will try to solve the first problem to convert the following given expression Q into its postfix expression capital P. Now one expression is given, it is in the form of infix. To convert any infix into the postfix, we have to write down the 3 columns. The first is scan character, second is content on stack, and third is this final expression, that is the reverse Polish expression. Now we can scan the elements of the given infix expression one by one. The first is capital A. We have scanned the first element, that is capital A, and we have pushed it on the stack. The next is plus. The plus is a one operator, that's why we have pulled the operands from the stack to the expression, and we have pushed this operator on the stack. The next is the open parenthesis, that's why we have pushed it on the stack, that is plus and open parenthesis, and the reverse Polish expression is capital A. The next is capital B. It is a operand, that's why push it on the stack. The next is the multiplication symbol. If it is an operator, the multiplication symbol, it is an operator, that's why we have pushed the previous scan operand from the stack to expression. That's why now it is the A, B. Next, capital C. It is operand, that's why we have pushed it on the stack. Next is the minus sign. Minus sign, it is an operator, that's why again we have pulled the previous scan operand, that is capital C, from stack to the expression. And after this minus, the multiplication symbol, it is in between only the B and C, these two operands, that's why we have again pull this multiplication symbol. Therefore your reverse Polish expression is now capital A, B, C and multiplication symbol. We will continue from this step. The next we scan the open parenthesis and we have written it on the stack. The next we have scanned the capital D. It is a operand, that's why we have pushed it on the stack. Next is slash. It is operator, that's why we have first pull the previous scan operand from stack to the expression. Next is capital E, operand, that's why push it on the stack. Next is upper directional arrow. Again it is a operator, that's why first we have pull the previous scan operand from stack to the expression. The next capital F, we have push it on the stack. The next is close parenthesis. Next we have scan the close parenthesis, and if it is a close parenthesis, then we have to pull all the contents from the stack to the expression after its particular open parenthesis. That's why we have pull the capital F, the upper directional arrow and the slash from the stack to the expression. The next is the multiplication symbol. It is operator, that's why we have push it on the stack. The next is capital G, the operand, that's why we have push it on the stack. The next is again the close parenthesis, that's why we have to pull the contents from the stack to the expression after its particular open parenthesis, and its open parenthesis is this. Therefore, we have shifted the contents from stack to the expression capital G, multiplication symbol and the minus. The next is multiplication symbol, that is an operator, that's why we have push it on the stack. Next and the last is capital H, it is operand, that's why we have push it on the stack. Now after that there is no any element to scan, that's why we have shifted all these contents from the stack to the expression, that is capital H, multiplication symbol and the last is plus symbol. This is a way to convert given infix notation into the reverse Polish, that is the postfix notation. The equivalent reverse Polish expression, it is the ABC, multiplication DEF, upper directional arrow slash G, multiplication minus H, multiplication plus. Now we have the second problem to convert the following given expression Q into its equivalent postfix expression P. The expression is given, that is in bracket we have the A plus B, upper directional arrow C, upper directional arrow D, then into E plus F slash D. Again, to perform its conversion, we have to write down the three column titles, the character scan, content on the stack and reverse Polish expression. The first is the open parenthesis, that's why we have push it on the stack. Second is again the open parenthesis, we have push it on the stack. Next is A, the operator, that's why push it to the stack. Next is operator, therefore first we pull the previous scan operand A from stack to the expression and we have written this plus on the stack. Next is B, that is operand, that's why we have push it on the stack. Next is upper directional arrow, it is an operator, that's why we have pull the previous scan operand from stack to the expression. Next is C, operand, that's why push it on the stack. Next is upper directional arrow, therefore first we pull the previous scan operand, that is C, from stack to the expression. Now it is A, B, C. Next is D, the operand, that's why push it on the stack. Next is the close parenthesis. Now if there is a close parenthesis, then we have to pull all the contents from the stack to the expression after its particular open parenthesis. That's why we'll shift this D, upper directional arrow and plus from stack to the expression. That is D, upper directional arrow and plus. Next is multiplication symbol, operator, that's why push it on the stack. Next is open parenthesis, we have written on a stack. Next is E, that is operand, then push it on the stack. The plus, that is operator, if it is operator, then we have pulled the previous scan operand from the stack to the expression. Next is the F, that is operand, we have push it on the stack. Next is slash, that is one operator, therefore first we pull the previous scan operand from stack to the expression. Next is D, that is operand, we have push it on the stack. Next is close parenthesis. Therefore, we have to pull all the contents from the stack to the expression after its particular open parenthesis, and its particular open parenthesis is the second parenthesis. Therefore, we have shifted the D slash and plus. The next is again close parenthesis. That's why again we have to pull the contents from the stack to the expression, that is a multiplication symbol. At last, on the stack there must not be any value, not any operator, not any operand. That is, for the given, the reverse Polish expression is the A, B, C, D, upper directional arrow, plus E, F, D, slash, plus multiplication. Similarly, we can convert the given expression into the postfix expression for the third problem, that is the A plus B into in bracket C minus D. We can scan the first element, that is open parenthesis, that's what we have written on the stack. Second is again open parenthesis, we have written it on the stack. Next is A, that is operand, we have written it on the stack. Next is plus, that is operator, that's why first we have to pull the content, that is this operand, from stack to the expression. Next is capital B, it is operand, that's why we have written it on the stack. The next is close parenthesis, and if there is a close parenthesis, then we have to pull the content from the stack to the expression, but only after its particular open parenthesis. That's why we have pulled the capital B and the plus symbol. Now the next, there will only the one open parenthesis on the stack. The next we have scanned the multiplication symbol, it is operator, that's why we have push it on the stack. The next is capital C, that's why we have written it on the stack. Before that we have scanned the open parenthesis, that's why we have written it on the stack. The next is minus symbol, it is operator, that's why first we have pull the operand from stack to the reverse Polish expression, that is capital C. The next is D, it is operand, that's why we have written it on the stack. The next is now the close parenthesis, that's why we have to shift all the contents after this open parenthesis from stack to the expression, that is D and minus. The last is also a close parenthesis, that's why it will remove this open parenthesis, and we have to pull the contents after this open parenthesis from stack to the expression, that is a multiplication symbol. That is, for the given expression, its equivalent reverse Polish expression is the capital A, B plus C, D minus multiplication. Similarly, we can convert any given infix notation into its equivalent reverse Polish, that is a postfix expression. Now we'll see the algorithm to convert the infix to the prefix notation, that is the prefix evaluation algorithm. But there is no any direct conversion from infix to prefix. There is no any algorithm that perform the conversion of the infix notation into its equivalent prefix notation. That's why we have to follow the step 1, that is reverse the infix expression. That is, if we have the infix expression, that is A plus in bracket B into C, then it will becomes this close parenthesis, that's we have to write down the open parenthesis, C into B. Now again there is a open parenthesis, then we have to write down the close parenthesis plus A. We have to reverse the given infix expression. That's we have note here that while reversing each, the open parenthesis will become the close parenthesis and each close parenthesis becomes the open parenthesis. Second step is that obtain the postfix expression of the modified expression. We have to use the previous algorithm to convert the infix notation into the postfix notation, and by using this algorithm we have to obtain the postfix expression of the modified expression, that is this reverse expression. The third is reverse the postfix expression, that's we will get after this step 2. Reverse the postfix expression. Hence here if we have the postfix expression CB into A plus, then in our example the prefix is the plus A into BC. For this example, we'll check it with one example also. Means in the algorithm to convert the infix to prefix, first we have to reverse the given infix expression, then we have to obtain its equivalent postfix expression, and then again we have to reverse the obtained reverse Polish expression so that we'll get its equivalent prefix expression. After reversing, the expression is converted to the postfix form by using the infix to postfix algorithm. After that, again the postfix expression is reversed to get its equivalent prefix expression. We'll see one example, that is a problem 4, that convert the following given expression Q into its prefix expression P. The same infix expression we have considered as we are in a problem 3, that is in bracket we have the A plus B into in bracket we have the C minus D. Now as per the algorithm of the prefix evolution, the first step is the reverse the given infix expression. Therefore the reverse expression of this, it will the close parenthesis, it will becomes the open parenthesis and open parenthesis, then D minus C, and this open parenthesis will becomes the close parenthesis, then the multiplication symbol, then this close parenthesis will the open parenthesis B plus A, and the close parenthesis. It is a reverse expression of the given infix expression. The second step is that obtain the postfix expression of the modified expression, and we have seen how to obtain the postfix expression from the infix expression. For that we have to write down the 3 columns, that is character scan, the content on the stack, and third is the reverse Polish expression, that is postfix expression. Now first we'll scan the open parenthesis, then again there is a open parenthesis, that's why we have push it on the stack. Next is the operand capital D, we have push it on the stack. Next is minus symbol, that is a operator, and if it is an operator then first we have to pull the previous scan operand from stack to the expression. That's why we have remove it from the stack and we have written it in the expression, that is capital D. The next we have scan the capital C, that is operand, that's why we have push it on the stack. Next is the close parenthesis, that's why now we have to pull all the contents from the stack to the expression after its particular open parenthesis. That's why we have shifted the capital C and minus. Next is multiplication, then we have written it on the stack. Next is open parenthesis, we have written it on the stack. Next is capital B, operand, that's why we have written it on the stack. The next is plus, that is an operator, and if operator then we have to pull the previous scan operand from stack to the expression, that is capital B. Next is capital A, that is operand, that's why we have written it on the stack. The next is a close parenthesis, that's why we have to pull all the contents from the stack to the expression after its particular open parenthesis. Therefore, we have pulled the capital A and plus. The last is again the close parenthesis. Therefore, we have shifted the contents from the stack, that is the multiplication symbol. And at last on the stack there is no any data. It is a polished expression of the reverse expression of the given infix expression. Now, as per the third step, we have to reverse the postfix expression, that is this expression, so that we will get its equivalent prefix expression. Now, the postfix expression is DC minus BA plus multiplication. Therefore, if we reverse it, then finally the prefix expression equivalent of the given infix expression, it is the multiplication plus A, B minus C, D. Therefore, the equivalent Polish expression, that is a prefix expression capital P is, that is the multiplication plus AB minus CD. This is a way to convert the given infix expression into the prefix expression. There is no any direct conversion. That's why first we have to reverse the given infix expression. Then we have to obtain its equivalent reverse Polish expression, that is postfix expression, and then again we have to reverse the obtain reverse Polish expression, and then finally we will get its equivalent prefix expression, that is a Polish expression. In this way, you can convert the given infix notation into its equivalent Polish and the reverse Polish, that is the prefix and the postfix notations. Thank you.